There are a lot of species, there are a lot of snakes, and when you begin, a lot of the time you don't know where to begin. And when you talk to people, they say corn snakes, California king snakes, and ball pythons. Sometimes boa constrictors, but that's something else. Actually, between a corn snake, which is the most recommended, and ball pythons, which is another one of the most recommended, which one is the best? Let's see that right now. Let's go.
領域展開エビの部屋
So, first we will talk about ball pythons and then we will talk about corn snake because ball pythons are right here and corn snake are right there. So, we'll make it right now. So, this is Auda, my female pastel something, or maybe pastel short ball pythons. So, this is a 1.5 kilogram female, which is pretty sweet. And we'll talk first about why ball pythons would be the best one, or why they would be the worst one. First, best ones because they stay relatively small, which is the same as a corn snake. They are quite calm. They can stress really well, really fast. They will stress really fast, as you can see. They will ball, which is why they call ball python, or what they call royal python or python regius. They stay relatively small, even though there are 5-foot females, 4-foot male, 5-foot female, 6-foot females, 6-foot ball pythons happened in the wild, and the record is 7-foot, I think, of a ball python, but it is 1 in 1 million maybe, or 1 in 1 billion snakes that will have that size of 7 foot. So they are my second snakes. The first one I got were corn snakes. So ball pythons are great if you want to have a snake that is pretty docile, that doesn't require a lot of space, because they don't require a lot of space. A 4-foot by 2-foot enclosure is fair enough for one. Of course, you can go bigger if you want, but the bare minimum I would say would be a 4-foot by 2-foot, because lots of ball pythons won't be 5-6-foot monsters. They will be more like a 5-ish foot, maybe a 4-ish, 5-ish foot. They would not quite regular. They won't regularly go over the 5-foot mark, from what I saw. They're a heavy-bodied snake. They're a heavy snake. They can go like 1500 grams to 3500 grams sometimes, 5,000 grams sometimes, 5 kilograms sometimes. Also pretty heavy snakes for their size. They're great because if you want to watch a film, for example, a movie, you want to take your snake out, put it on your shoulder, put it on your lap, and let's go. You can watch your movie, and the snake won't move a lot. Now, what can they be? Not the greatest pet to begin, great reptile pet to begin with, is because they can be a little bit tricky. They stress really fast if you don't have a proper socialization, desensitizing of things. They can go on a hunger strike for a long time. My female here, Aoda, did a hunger strike from November to April and lost 100 grams. So that's something else, the 100 gram thing. But they will just eat most of the time, but not every time. And it can be a little bit stressful for new keepers, even for me. I'm not a new keeper, I'm not an experienced keeper, I'm more of an intermediate type of keeper, I would say. And yeah, so this is pretty much the thing. She shut my watch off, and yeah. So as you can see, they are not super nervous. They are quite nervous. She's super habituated, to do a lot of things with me, and so she's more curious than stressed. But lots of ball pythons are more stressed than curious. And yeah, so they come in a lot of colors, a lot of patterns. patternless, without with yellow, with black, with white, with all white, all black, reddish color, orange-ish color, brown color for wild type snakes, lavender for lavender albino, more yellow, more white, more whatever. They're like Pokemons. There's a lot of colors, there's a lot of patterns, there's a lot of difference for the same species, but it is still a ball python. So aren't they great to begin with? I would say yes, if you're prepared to have hunger strike and yeah, you know, having a... These are not pet rocks because they move, but they are not like super moving snakes that you will see just right now. So after yellow snake, you have the white snake. So this is Serrata, the sun-kissed snow coral corn snake, and she's pretty small. My first corn snake was when she died, she was a 5-foot-ish, a little bit more than 5 foot female, which is a pretty big snake, well, for a lot of first keepers. So this is a 1 year and a half old corn snake. She is doing super well, by the way. She wants some updates. But why are corn snake the best? Can be corn snake the best? It's because they will eat every time. They are super active. So if you want a snake to interact with, that will be super curious and will be always here displaying and always happy, and not always happy, but always happy to go out and discover and move and thing. They are perfect snakes for that, without having the risk of having a snake eating itself, which can be the problem with California king snakes. I have to say it's 1 in a million times, but it can happen. So yeah, they are really great. They don't require as much humidity as these ones here. They love it, but it's not like ball pythons, you know, they require a little bit more humidity. They are, as you can see, a lot more active. They're a lot more curious. They're still nocturnal. They're both nocturnal, so you won't normally see them acting the day. They can. I don't know if you see it, but she's moving right now because I just removed her and put her back. But they will move a lot more. So if you want a snake that is more calm and docile, they are docile by the way, but they are not calm. It's not the type of snake you will put in your lap, watch a movie, and don't look at it, because you have to look at it because they don't stop moving. They won't stop. They're not carpet python. Like carpet python, they won't move. They won't stop moving. Stop, don't stop, stop moving. No, I won't. This type of snake, they are super attaching because of that behavior of always crawling on you, always, you know, discovering things, always, you know, always. Why can't they be maybe not the greatest pet? Really? I don't know. I don't know why others than... I don't like colubrids. I'm not the colubrids fan. I prefer pythons, or I prefer boas. This is maybe the only thing that you would just say I don't want a corn snake, is because you're not a fan of colubrids. Even as an experienced keeper, you know, I think corn snakes are always... There is always someone with the corn snake, you know. There is always, I think, a corn snake somewhere in someone's life at a time, or maybe at this time, or in the past. There was always one, at least one, I think. And yeah, so they are super interesting. Again, there's a lot of colors, lots of patterns. I love snows because snows were my first corn snake was a snow snake, was a snow one, a regular snow. She's not a regular snow. And yeah, they are great. Black, gray, yellow, pink, red factors, pink snake, almost bluish snake, almost green snake, almost yellow snake, almost white snake, black diamonds right now, or becoming something here in Europe. It's not becoming something because it's still really reserved to one breeding facility, if I remember correctly, you know. Yeah, so there's almost all color in both snakes. The thing is, these snakes are more slender, Snakes, as you can see, they're not a heavy-bodied snake. They're just like thin snakes. By the way, she is really healthy. So if you see big snakes, big corn snakes, sometimes you will see they are fat. This is how they should look like even as adults, almost as adults. You know, this is a healthy corn snake, and the ball python is a healthy ball python. So they should look like this, not like fatty, rolly rats. You know, and so yeah, I think they are both great. But if I had to say someone that is corn snake or ball python, what do you prefer? What should I keep? I would say if I had to choose for you, I would say corn snake, because they won't stop moving. That's it. That's something. But they will always eat. They will never stress you for any of that type of stuff. So yeah. But I think the main thing is that your first snake has to be a snake you love. It's not the snake because it's a beginner snake. It's your snake, so you choose. Of course, be a bit reasonable, you know. If you can't keep a reticulated python as a first snake, don't keep it. And I think retics as a first snake can be a bit tricky, depending on individuals. But I would never keep a retics as a first snake, and I would never recommend it, because it's not for many people. Most people can take care of a ball python. They can take care of a corn snake, and I would even say carpets. Even though, yeah, carpets also. Ooh, this is something else. Carpets are another. This is another video I think to make about them. I'm not super experienced in carpets, so I won't talk a lot about carpets. In a recommending way, I would say. I will first make my own experience, which is great for now, but there are still babies, so I don't know. So, but I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Don't forget to stay strong, Brian's group. Don't forget to join Ricky's and Exotic Pets group. Don't forget to support USR. Don't forget to support responsible reptile keeping. Don't forget to smash the like button. And also comment your first snake and what would you recommend it. That would be something great. Let's go.